Ladies and gentlemen, don't leave because we have four amazing startups who are competing in the competition. And I hope we have judges. Yes, we'll have judges very soon. And the rules are very strict. Each startup gets 3 minutes to pitch their idea to the judges and to the audience, of course. And the audience and the judges, but first the judges, might have some questions. So we have additional 2 minutes for the questions. Everything will be strictly controlled by the time and by me because I'm very mean and I do not like people who are doing this for too long. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome to the stage the first of the 4 startups in this slot, which is Bell VR. Ladies and gentlemen, encourage them now with a nice round of applause for Bell VR. The stage is yours for 3 minutes and 2 minutes of questions.
Can I start? Okay. Hi, my name is Łukasz Lipka and I am co-founder of IT Silesia.
Hello, my name is Maciej Sowiar. I'm developer at IT Silesia. I'm glad to have this opportunity to present you our product, Bell VR. Let's say I'm manager of some company. I would often have to send new employee for the training before he may begin to work in real environment. Part of the training is reading through tons of complex documentary about machine. Let's say, can you imagine how hard it is to read a documentary about Boeing 747? Moreover, this only increases his theoretical knowledge, while practical one still keeps him back. He cannot gain it until he starts to work in a real environment. Moreover, actually, he would require constant supervision to gain this practical knowledge. But this comes with several problems. First, safety of our employee. Secondly, the errors on the actual machine can be really expensive. It can stop the whole production process. In order to avoid that, as I said, he requires this supervision. It would be perfect to provide sufficient practical knowledge for a new employee. But how can we do that? Building and managing physical simulators is extremely expensive and ultimately inviable. Moreover, they still can be dangerous, and sometimes special environment is required to fully showcase how it works. Bell VR, our solution, allows us to transfer physical machine to the virtual environment and present it in any conditions and any environment. It may sound as a typical VR application, but it is not. We believe that our innovative approach that focuses on shared learning experience and multi-user experience, it has been proven time and again that the best way to learn is to do. Thanks to Bell VR, we provide a new employee who possess both theoretical and practical knowledge at the same time. This way we provide at lower cost and through the safe process better prepared employee to new work environment. We have a competition, but we believe that our innovative approach will let us differentiate from them.
Our team is fully capable of developing and delivering of the Bell VR project. We plan to sell our solution as a out-of-the-box solution. Our business model will cover content creation, hardware leasing, and a subscription to presentation editor.
Okay, thank you very much for this. And now 2 minutes for the questions from the members of the jury. Anyone? Okay, we have 2 questions.
Do you have any clients?
Yes, we already have 4 clients with heavy industry.
So what's your roadmap plan?
We plan to deliver our first application in 6 months to our first 4 clients. We already got yesterday a signed contract for it.
Okay, do we have any more questions from the jury? No? Anyone from the audience maybe? We have still some time. Okay. Oh, there's a question? No? Okay, sorry. Okay, then I think it settles it. I think everything was either very clear or totally unclear, so thank you.
Thank you.
I hope it was the first one. Okay, now the second one is Blitab technology, so I'd like to welcome Kristina on stage. Blitab, welcome. The stage is yours.
Dzień dobry. My name is Kristina, and I want to present you Blitab, the world's first tactile tablet for people with sight loss. But let me share with you how everything started. Back in my home country, in Bulgaria, a blind colleague of mine showed me that all of the technology out there is extremely expensive and limited to just a few words. And I was so much shocked to realize that just 1% of all published books are available in Braille, and there is no digital content at all. So at that time, I moved to Vienna, formed a team, and the idea to develop a full page of Braille tablet came to me. So within 1 year, we developed a completely new actuating technology based on smart materials from scratch. But let me show you how it works. Once there is pressure in the flow channel, the dot changes its state. Then we scale it, and now we can control thousands of dots under your fingers. Our technology was announced as a result as one of the groundbreaking disrupting technologies at CES in Las Vegas for the whole year. After that, we scaled the technology, we embedded it into several prototypes, and now we have a user-friendly, fully functional device. But let me show you what our users think about it.
Blitab could be used anywhere. I think that if you want to be using it to read a book, more power to you. If you want to play games, go right ahead. I think that it could be used in businesses, in work industries, in schools, at home.
Technology is crucial to my job. I simply could not work without it. And when you're blind, you're very limited by those things. Even with a Braille display, you can only look at 1 or 2 lines at a time. I use it for every facet of my work. And I think this could very much be a solution, not just for myself, but for all other blind people.
And all of this at the affordable retail price of $500 but also blind users can rent it for just 50 cents per day in developing countries. And Blitab is so much more scalable because this is the platform for all new and existing applications already for blind users. That's why we were invited by Google in Silicon Valley to make Blitab services accessible for everyone. And today, we are producing the biggest pre-order already of 10,000 devices requested by Kenya. And all of this wouldn't be possible without our international team with expertise in hardware engineering and our strong advisory board that we gathered all the way. And today I'm here because we got thousands of requests to bring Blitab to Poland. And together with your support and the city of Gdańsk, we'll be happy to bring Blitab faster here and make the world accessible for everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. I keep fingers crossed for this, and I keep fingers crossed for the questions.
Can I have a question? What's your business model? How you earn money on this?
Thank you very much. First, we start with our pre-orders and direct users. Then we go to B2G and B2B. We're already working with T-Mobile in order to sell Blitab, one of the telecoms, and also Barclays Bank will place Blitab in their offices. So, meanwhile, I would like to show you the bubbles because people cannot believe that actually they're moving. If you place your finger here, everything that's digital, it's converted to Braille.
Yeah, it's really moving.
Yes. Yes.
Who is responsible for delivering applications for this tablet?
Thank you very much for the questions because Blitab is based on Android. It's an open source platform. We develop our own app like App Store. However, everything that's already existing on the market, it's already here. and people can use it everything that's on the market, as well as our own services, which is translating books and also having social media, especially for people with sight loss.
What's the reason that you're actually doing this project? Why did you start this project?
It's my personal motivation. My best friend from the university is blind, already in Bulgaria, and he showed me that everything that's on the market costs $5,000 up to $10,000, and they just cannot afford it. It's just one single line of braille, and here you have one full page, and if you put your fingers here, you have in braille all of the information, and this is crucial for education, because people cannot imagine how to visualize maps, graphics, how to navigate with Google Maps through the city, and just open. All of the information is now digital for people that cannot access it.
Okay, one more question we have there.
Yeah, the technology is wonderful. There's no question. I think it's fantastic. But how many percentage of the visually impaired actually know Braille? And then the second question is, you know, there's so many of these apps nowadays have the audio and they listen to it and people are falling away from it. So why, you know, how is this going to grow? Basically?
Thank you very much. The technology is very scalable. It's not just for blind users. Blitab is just the first application. We have already licensing requests for smart apparel, shoes, as well as smart consumer electronics.
Okay.
And according the audio, it's not a competitor. It's already working on audio in order to navigate, so people can listen but also read in privacy in Braille. So we have it both.
Okay, thank you very much. That was a project born out of a personal motivation that can help more than 280 million people. And now we have another interesting computational life with something that is called an avatar. Sounds familiar. Please, welcome to the stage, Computational Life.
A digital avatar to rapidly design medical solutions. This is the future of medical research. We provide a digital copy of a human body that allows the medical device to be designed on a computer. But let me explain how medical research works right now. This is a ventricular assist device. To develop this kind of device, you have to go through a long process in order to test it. First of all, you have to design it, make a prototype, and test it on animals. But to finalize it, you need to repeat this process tons of times, developing several prototypes using several animals before going to human trials. With the digital avatar, you can optimize the initial design phase in order to create a more efficient and more effective prototype, which in result shrinks the entire research process. What does this mean for medical research? The time for design could be cut by 70%, the total development cost by 50%, and animal tests drastically reduced. And it's not just a theory, we already have it. This is the digital trial platform, the first step of a digital avatar. We can simulate the blood fluid circulation in the entire body and test cardiovascular devices on it, like the ventricular assist device. We address the top medtech companies in the world, which invest more than 540 million per year in research. And the total expenditure of R&D for medical devices is over 30 billion. Because of the disruptive technology, we don't want to set the price now. We want to create the right market. For this reason, we are providing proto-product to medtech in order to get trustability on the market. And afterwards, we can sell the technology as software as a service. Our journey is moving really fast. We are selling to top companies now. In 2 years, we can simulate 60% of the medical devices on the market. Afterwards, in 2025, we can apply the technology to simulate the transport of drugs in the entire body in order to enter also the pharmaceutical market. Our competitors can simulate vessels in a really high quality resolution, but don't consider the full body. Our solution is unique. We can simulate healthy and pathological scenarios, taking into account the side effect of a treatment in the whole body. The team consists of Cristian Contorino, an established well-known scientist in cardiovascular mathematics, And Davide Chieco, a great researcher in biomedical mathematics, and me, a serial entrepreneur in more than 10 years with more than 10 years of experience in Europe and United States. We are raising 3.5 million from investors connected with the medical field. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Carlo. Now, I think you're ready for the good questions from our jury.
Yes, sure.
So, yes, we have 2 questions already. That's a good sign.
Did you have any POCs or tests or preclinical tests or something like this?
The software has been validated for 8 years along universities and hospitals, and we don't need to validate to get certification for the software itself. We can use directly on the device right now for the company, and we are already speaking with companies. But also, we are also speaking with FDA, and we are collaborating with them, providing them some data in order to also qualify the software. This will boost not just the design phase, but also the certification phase for the device.
Did you submit an application to FDA?
No, we are working with FDA. We are collaborating with FDA, providing them data that they need.
Okay.
Can you talk a bit more about FDA or other regulators? How likely are they going to accept some company using your simulation as opposed to testing on humans or animals?
So, can you say again, because I didn't hear the question very well?
How far along are you in talks with the FDA or other regulators?
We are starting with FDA 1 month ago with a collaboration, and they are interested in the software because the mathematical models behind is extremely complex, and they need this kind of models in order to certificate new devices. Because sometimes the problem is that there is few ways to understand how a new device works on the market because there are not enough in vivo measurements. And so they wants to get from us data in order to certificate also the new devices.
So are we correct to say that you're actually based out of Washington, D.C., or where are you based?
We are based in Italy and US. So we are incorporated in US, but the core team member is in Italy because there are a big university that is specialized in cardiovascular mathematics, and so we can get a lot of PhD from there in order to maintain the research.
Okay, thank you. That's it. Thank you, Carlo.
You're welcome.
And now, the last startup in this batch, and that is Droneplan. Please come to the stage. And I'll welcome you to the stage. Good luck.
Hello. We're the Droneplan. We don't make drones. We make them smart. By implementation, one of the advanced drone data acquisition and processing software to the power distribution industry. Currently, the power lines inspection is using the low-flying helicopters and people climbing on the mast. This is one of the dangerous jobs on the planet. Imagine, 1,000 people died and 7,000 get the flesh burned yearly only in the United States. Huge amount of the blackouts causes the real impact to the economy. This is a huge number. Our answer to this problem is the software, which allows to do the full autonomous inspection, planning, execution, and reporting. Drone will not just fly above the power lines. It's using the special algorithms and machine learning and visual recognition to detect problematic spots, collect the data, prepare the reports, and send it immediately to the client. Our solution is 3 times cheaper and 4 times faster than traditional methods. All this data is available on click on the button with the customer. But most important, we save people lives. But we not stop on this. We know our application can be used in different. Our technology, what we develop, is currently using for the inspection of the water pollution on the Riga port together with national Latvian forces. We're doing the environment monitoring. Like this example, the hydro station. We need only one flight, 5 minutes, to find out the problematic spots, and we save for the customer 20,000 euros. No matter what you do, you need only one drone. Just exchange the payloads. And the rest of them will take our software. Our business model is, we are business to business, and the market is 2 billion only for power lines. Currently, we are charging only 100 euros for each time when you generate the reports. And we established our business in Finland and United Kingdom when we start our business there. We want to grow fast. So in 2021, we will achieve the breakpoint, and 2022, we'll get the 20 million revenue. Of course, to achieve all these goals, we have the professional team from expertise from the fields, and team who have the knowledge and to perform this kind of complicated and difficult project like this. We done already a great job. 2 years we're working. Now we finalize our MVP, and we need to do more. We're raising 250K to finalize our product and open new markets like Poland and Norway and the rest of the Europe. We are the Droneplan. We don't make drones. We make them smart. Let's do it together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, perfectly in time. Now the time for the questions. And I have a bit of a request to the judges. Speak up so that the audience can listen to the questions as well, not only just the participants. So, yes.
Can you talk a bit about distribution and the sales cycles?
Sales? Cycles. So if we're talking about the power lines, you need to do it depends on the country. It will be, let's say, yearly inspection or the inspection one time per 6 years for each mast you must inspect.
All right.
Yes, please.
One more question do we have?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of similar projects out there. So what differentiates your project from other similar projects of this power line inspection?
Okay, thank you very much. So first of all, when we deploy the mission using the drone will, let's say, in the same time when it's flying, it will collect the data, process them on the onboard, and send already the reports immediately for the customer. So the customer will have the complete specification about what is need to be done and how urgent it is. So this is all like doing momentally almost. And all this is also based on the cloud, so the customer have the access all this data like from each point of the earth he is located. Just click on the button, he can see what is happening there.
All right.
Yes, please.
Okay, one last question.
From a sales point of view, coming back to the question, who on your team is power line experts, and how do you actually get sales? How do you get to your customers?
From the power lines, we have 2 persons who's personally working previously like service managers in those companies. It's from a company, it's called the ST. It's a Latvian monopolist. And sales, we are doing the sales via franchising. So we opened the franchise and the dealership in Finland and United Kingdom, and we give the distributor the rights to sell our software.
Okay. Thank you very much. Right on time. Big round of applause for the startups from the first slot, and of course for the judges. Please, ladies and gentlemen, they are the ones asking the good questions. Thank you, man. You're the best.